Well, hello and good morning. Well, at least on the East Coast. It's pretty early. Over on the West Coast, I'm going to get into this box of nickels. I got to get my. I have a bin. We'll see how that works out. It's probably going to fill up quick. But I have a bin ready. And we are going to hunt these nickels. I've been sitting on them for too long, probably over a week, maybe even over 2 weeks. I've been sitting on them, and I find myself not working today. I'm under the weather, but I'm well enough that I can sit here and look through coins. It'll make me feel better, hopefully. Throw them in there. Okay, so we're going to get to it. We are, in our book, we are looking for some of the earliest examples. I think we're still in like the 50s is the earliest one. Or, I'm sorry, the latest one that we're looking for. 54S, 52S, 51, all the 38s, 39D, 40S. Yeah, we are few and far between. So, we'll just basically keep some S's if we find them and any of the early stuff, and then we'll run through at the end. There's a nice 82. It'll take a while to get through this whole box. I think it's like one roll short. I opened a roll one day when I thought I was going to go through it, and then plans changed. So we're like one roll short of a full box. At a decent pace, will probably take me about 2.5, 3 hours. A bison. Not a buffalo, but the modern bison. It's not in horrible shape. Not in the best shape either, but no spear or anything. I'm not going to keep those. I have a large stockpile of all the westwards that I have kept, and it's large. It's a lot. So I think I have more than enough. 76. What's going on with that D? Scratch and go crazy. Welcome in. Washington State Jags fan. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. What is going on with that D? I could see it. With my bare eyes, it looked funny. Oh, that's a toughie. It almost looks like damage. I thought at first maybe it was like a D over D, but now that you see that the inside is kind of filled, that just looks like damage to me. We will pass on it. Ooh, you look pretty. And of course, it's a gorgeous looking 1960 with like a big scratch going down his face. But the rest of the coin looks really good. It's a shame. Almost looks like some mechanical doubling in the 60. Little bit. Nothing to write home about. Yes, it is good therapy, and honestly, I haven't been doing it. It's at one of my banks, and I think I've talked about this in a couple weeks previous, but one of my banks, it's getting really hard to get coins, to get boxes. I can get like miscellaneous stuff all day, but they're kind of cracking down on the boxes thing. I don't know why, per se. And they have worked with me on getting me some stuff that's actually where this nickel box came from. But things like quarters, halves are out of the question. Quarters, are getting harder to get, almost impossible. And then things like pennies, of course, because they have a lot, they'll give me those. But even that's limited. So it's a very odd situation going on with the banks right now. Is a decent 1989. I'd like to find some silver. It's a decent 63. It's worn and circulated, but better looking than most. $1997 with the Circle of Death. What are you? Is that an S? No. 69D. Huh. So, oh, Space Miner, welcome in. So what's everyone else doing on this lovely Tuesday? I haven't been to my coin shop since Saturday, but I hear things are getting rough in other places as far as selection goes. And my guy, the last time, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw I posted, I want to say it was Saturday, what I bought from there. I got a Morgan that was kind of cull, like not in the best of shape, some Merc dimes, some halves, I think a couple Benjis, a silver certificate, which he usually doesn't have very often. Kind of surprising that he had it. Oh, there's a 1941. Definitely not silver, but it's good to start seeing the early stuff in here. I'll pull this back up a bit. We'll get a look at it. So it's worn a lot, as you would expect to see. Some kind of little damage there, but 41 Philly. It's worn, but that's good to see. We want more early stuff. 70D. So I told my guy I was going to stop back in, or maybe I bought it on Friday, and I told him I was going to stop back in on Saturday, and I didn't get the chance to. So, or well, rather, I just didn't go. And so I didn't get to yesterday. I might go in after the stream here and see what he still has, but it's kind of rough right now. I don't want to spend a lot of money, and honestly, I just spent a decent amount of money on some stuff I'm going to do a video about. I can give you guys a sneak peek because it's not going to hurt the viewership. Hold on, I'll show you. So, let me pull this up because you're going to need the wide view. We'll even go to the coin cam. Large. Pull this up. Real high. That should be okay. Now, you guys are going to like this. Debating on metal detecting if the rain holds out long enough. Okay, here we go. You ready for this? The light's going to fuck with it a little bit, but you see, so I stumbled upon this individual on, of all places, Facebook. And they have a YouTube channel. They sell on eBay. But I was introduced to them through Facebook. And so I got in touch with them. And they artificially, this one here is a 2022. They artificially tone American Silver Eagles. And like, look at this one. If you see, they've artificially toned the stripes in the dress. They've toned everything, but then they took it off the stars. I don't pretend to know how this is done, but I kind of put this all the way up there. This is a Type 2 with like silver pores. Obviously, if you're looking at this, this is some work. You know, like just the toning alone and then the separation of, you know, the relief in this case, image and the lettering. I don't even know how they do this. And so I'm not going to lie to you. They're not the cheapest things, but with prices being up, they're actually really cool. And I don't mind paying some extra for some pretty. And these are just so unique. Each one is a one of a kind, quite literally. So here's another one that I got. This one, a little different. Not as much in the way of like the detail. The sun's not done. The rays aren't done. Which is kind of cool because there's lots of different ways. This one's 2011. Lots of different ways that you can do it. And then, of course, this is a Type 1 on the back. Similar kind of thing with the relief showing in silver. I just really like these. And the camera's really not... There's not enough light here to do it justice. Plus, we're getting that LED feedback. But you get the idea. Then... Also, so those are both business strikes. This one is a proof, and there's no case on it. You'll see why in a second. But it's a proof, and it's got the pendant on it. I am not brave enough to actually hang this on a chain and like wear it around my neck. And you can see how shiny the difference here on the fields, how shiny they are, that the sheen. This was a proof. And then he puts these in the little pendant holder, which I don't know. I've not looked on it for any stamping marks. I would like to think it's at least like 925. But it's probably not. Don't quote me. I don't know. Wait, it does have something on the top. Let me see. What's it say? I don't have my magnifying glass. I have the coin cam. That might say 925. Let me see. Damn light. I need it in the same spot. What does that say? I can't tell. Something though. But anyhow, yeah. So I bought these. They run, they vary. I'm going to do a video about them. Kind of give the individual some promotion. A little bit. They have a YouTube channel, but I don't think they posted to it in a couple of years. And it was primarily like shorts. And they sell them on eBay. They are available there. And there's, you know, all different ones. So you get to basically pick from, you know, whatever you get back to the main. Yeah, and that's the weird thing, like, about it is the different colors and things. I talked to them a little bit about other coins, and I'd have to look back at what they said. I think, because I asked, like, oh, do you do, like, junk silver? Do you do, like, halves? I mean, obviously, I know those coins wouldn't be as pristine. But, you know, the thought is still there. And there was a reason. I think that they said that they really hadn't spread out into other coins. I think just basically because, like, the Eagles sell better. And, you know, whatever else. But it would be nice to take some junk silver halves or some, not so great. This one's a bad example, but like some not so great Morgans or something that's not, not ever really going to be worth a whole lot because of the shape that they're in, and have them toned up like that. So I might work on that later and see if I can come up with like a specific run from that person and see if I can get some other kind of coins done up, because the Eagles can be expensive. I think on the low range, don't quote me, because I'm sure it changes based on availability. On the low range, I think they're in like the 80. Some of them I think were up to as high as 100 and maybe 10. So it kind of varies, and I know that sounds like a lot, but like I said, I put them in the same category as like poured silver. There's some time and some effort put in there that I couldn't even begin to tell you what the process is. I know about artificial toning, but the only way I've ever seen it done is basically like you do it and you kind of get what you get. In these cases, he's quite literally picking the color schemes, and in some cases, like you saw the one with the spots, like a pattern, there's work going in there that I have no idea how they do it, but it's really cool. There's a really old looking nickel. It's a 42. Ha! Sorry, I know I'm yelling at you guys. Actually, I gotta go let the dog in. We found silver. We found silver. That's a great sign. Hold on, I'll be right back. Mira. Come on. Okay, back to happiness. Let's see what we got. It's a 42 Philly. I think it's a 42. Yeah. She's beat up. Oh, that's cool. She's definitely beat up. But we got silver. That's what, like the third roll of this box? Well, maybe fourth if you count the other one I already pulled. So I am excited. What? That's a modern. So maybe we'll get lucky. And we'll find some things in here. We found... What was the other one? We found that was old. I think it was like a 40s, maybe. But 41, that's right. 41, now we found a 42. We might be in good shape here for a nice hunt. Donna, welcome in. Why did I have this one half open? That's odd. So, war nickels are gaining in value. So is the 40% silver. And I was talking to Constitutional Stacker. He's been on vacation, but he took like a hunting trip or something. Whenever that was, before the trip, the silver demand was still high, and he said he went into a shop before they were out. Now he says they're pretty much out of everything, but before they were out, they actually had 40% halves behind the counter, which goes back and proves me correct. In one of my first videos, actually might have been the first video, I said when silver demand is up, when shops are running out and we're in high demand situations, people talk about 40% and war nickels and things as if, they're not as valuable. And to a degree, that's true. They're most likely not going to get melted down because there's so much other metal in them. They're probably going to stay in this form, But when shops don't have anything else, they will They will ask for it. They will pull it in from whatever corners of the reaches they can, and they will put it behind the counter where most normally don't have it, unless it's come in and they're just trying to offload it. They'll put it out because they're just happy to have silver behind the case available for purchase. So he said he was surprised because he went into Harry's, I guess this would have been about a week ago or a little more, and they actually had 40% behind the counter, and he said, I've never seen that. I've never seen them have 40% behind the counter, and they did in this case. So, but now they're pretty much out. I think Dragons has been starting to do videos there, which is, I guess his prerogative. But due to the publicity, I guess Harry's been getting, aside from his normal business, he's been getting some additional, like, phone-in orders, online orders, whatever that might be, and it's affecting the stock at the store, that and just the high demand in general. So, that's never good. I think, yeah, we all want shops to do well, but when it's like your local go-to shop, that's, a big thing is, like, you probably don't want them to become, like, some huge internet-based, stop shop for silver, because then it's going to be harder and harder for you to get stuff. The prices might be affected, like if you were in a region where, they were still offering decent prices. If they can sell it online for more, it's undoubtedly going to affect the price in store to some degree. So I think you'll see some of that. So nobody ever really wants their coin shop to become famous. For some of those reasons, there's Beat Up 72. So, Tic-Tac-Toe. Yeah, I think that's still the, I still got it on exclamation tick, and you're trying Tac-Toe. Yeah, I think you're the first one to, actually ping it. So, sometimes you gotta catch it in weird time. We got some weird dark ones coming up here. Hold on, let me get to these. Donna, I'm doing well. I'm sick from work, taking a couple of days off. But, I'm okay. Like, I'm in no... you see me. I'm on here, looking through coins. Yeah, we got a dark one coming up, but I don't think it's a war nickel. 74. I think. 70-something. Yeah. 74. Ooh, and a 1940... No S. I'll still set it aside. I'll take a look and see if it's better than the one in the book. $49. D. Set it aside. I don't think we need it, but again, we'll check. It's a decent 76. All right. Tick not working. Yeah, you gotta, sometimes when it looks like it's kind of going through some things, you gotta try it. Oh wait, you know what? Maybe I have the bot off, because I don't see it bitching in the chat. So hold on, what just happened? Okay, there we go. What is it doing? Okay, I don't know. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to turn the bot on. Dun, 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 dun. It says it's on. This thing, I swear. Okay, I'm going to turn it off and give it a second. I'm going to turn it back on. It's probably going to be putting my name out there and doing all the stuff that it normally does. Okay, I've reactivated the bot. See if it works now. I'm sorry I didn't notice that till now. Alright. We got a nice looking something here. What is this? Ooh. That is a decent 63. Not like mint or anything. But the steps are kind of there. There's some damage to them. But it's decent. I'm not going to keep it. But it's in decent shape. Is it working yet? Tick wakey. I think I got it. It should be working. Let me check the settings. Yeah, exclamation, tick, lowercase. David's trying to yell at it too now. Welcome in, David. No response from chat. Restarting. Okay, it should be good. Cloudbot says it's on. Let me open a web browser with the chat and see if I can. What is it? It got it just slow. Oh, did it? Oh, yeah, there you go. Now it's on. Okay. We're good now. All right, back to nickels. I got to focus. 63. We got to get through this, David. We found a silver war nickel in about the third roll. It's a really beat up 1942, but we found it. This is probably, I know war nickels are always like this. I mean, if you look at it, look how bent that is. I know the camera angle sucks, but you can kind of see it. It's probably one of the worst war nickels I've ever seen. But it's silver, so we'll take it. And we were just talking about how the prices, obviously silver's up, but war nickels, I can't even find them online. Everybody's sold out of them. Or at least, I won't say everybody. I'm sure if we dig far enough and wide enough, we can find somebody that has some, but of the places that I normally look, I can't find any. So after the stream, I'm gonna roll up some of this change and go over to my LCS and see what, if anything, he still has. It's been a couple of days. I was hoping the last time I went in there he'd have like a 10-ounce bar or something, but he didn't. What are you? 95. And then from the last quarter hunt that we did, which was a little bit ago, but I finally went through. Ow, it's heavy. I went through all these quarters. Now this, I got dog hair everywhere. Sorry. Husky life. So I went through all these quarters, and combined with what I got over there, I don't think I have everything, but it's pretty close. So I have rolls of state quarters. There's a few in this that are still mixed, but they look like mixed on purpose, like they're state quarters that they just maybe didn't have a full roll of, so they mixed a couple rolls. But it's whole rolls of all of them, and some of them are in, AU, BU kind of state. So this combined with the box that I already have where I was getting those collection dumps, I don't know yet. I think I'm still missing a few, but I am well on my way to being able to put together a lot of nice roll sets of the state quarters. So we'll see how that goes. And then combined with some of the stuff I already have in my collection from previous hunts, I might actually have enough to put together a couple nice sets. What's pick where? Oh, tick. Not pick, tick. Mark, I think you typoed that one. Oh, the T and the P are way away from each other. What is that? The really dark one just popped out. What's this? 76. It's just another one of these like really dark nickels, like been in the ground or whatever. we'll get through it. And then we will give something away. I will say something, and I'll look into it a little more and see what I can manage. But I did that video that nobody watched. No shade thrown at anybody. It just didn't do as well as I thought, at least yet, on Goldbacks. And I did that video, and Johnny T came into it, and he said, he made some good points, but he basically said, like, yeah, not a lot of people are going to buy them, blah, blah, blah. But he said it would be really cool as, like, channel giveaway items. And I thought about that, and I looked at some of the pricing, and again, the prices on them are a little high right now, especially with the price of gold, and they already have, like, premiums on them anyway. But in some cases, we got a worn down Jefferson. You can't really tell it, but somebody's, like, buzzed it. Yeah, on both sides, it looks like. But the Goldbacks, I looked it up. I'd have to pull it up again, but I think it's in the neighborhood of, if you buy enough of them, like maybe you buy 50, I think you can get the price down right now to about $4 and maybe 50 cents, somewhere in there. 4 and a little bit of change. And come to think of it, that's not a bad price point for a channel giveaway item. And the positives of the Goldbacks is you can easily stuff that in an envelope. It doesn't really have any weight, doesn't raise any suspicion. You don't have to do anything crazy, and just kind of send it, and you're going to be all right. It just seems like another letter. So I may look into that. I can't do anything like immediately right now because finances and all the other stuff, but I'm going to look into it. Maybe the price of gold dips a bit and those come down. I might for sure be able to swing it, but I thought about it. In a lot of cases, I'm giving away a couple grams of silver at least, barber dimes, other things, quarters sometimes. A Goldback is cost-wise, especially right now, less than a silver quarter. And I know we talk about the Goldbacks and how actually useful they are, but it's still, theoretically, it's still gold. And technically it's a form of currency. What is this? Okay, this is really weird. So, let's look at this coin. 68S, you see the S there. But what's going on the back here? Is that a grease strike on a S mint mark? I can't tell. I almost think it's just worn. Some way, like, I don't know, a modified drier nickel. The edge doesn't look bad, but with the front being in such decent shape, it's weird for the back to be like so worn. You see where like 5 cents is almost gone there. Monticello sort of there. That's got to be wear. It's too much and in too many places, I think, to be a grease strike. You'd lose something somewhere. So, okay, but it's a 68S. Ah, we lost the cam. I hit it off its magnet. There we go. One of these days. What did I do? Okay. Oh, Siren's here. I do not think we need a 68S. And because of the shape that one's in, I'm not going to keep it. I'll just pass it on to somebody else who might need it later. 85D. Okay, we're good on that roll. Siren, we found some silver already. we got a lot of box to go through if I would shut up and just get to nickels. But I'm trying not to ignore the chat completely. I'm doing a pretty good job, I think. I showed off some... Where did I put those? Did I take them back? No, they're over there. I showed off some artificially toned American Silver Eagles that I purchased earlier. I will show you one because I know Siren will appreciate. Which one's this? Oh yeah, that's one of them. So we'll pull up. So Siren, pick these up from an individual who sells them, and they're really pretty. They're all different. They're individualized. Like this one was inventory number A770, I guess. And the other one I have is a proof, and it's in like a pendant. Like, I'm probably never gonna put it on anything, but yeah, so that's the one. Here's the other. I'm gonna do a video on these. Hopefully I'll get that shot today. And here's the other one. I kind of like this one better because of the spot design and the way that they put the toning into the dress stripes, or dress or robe or whatever you want to call it. I really like this one. And it's a type 2 on the back, so in this case it just looks a little better than the type 1 in my opinion. But yeah. I found the person that makes those. I'm going to shout out the information on the video so that anybody can find them. They're on eBay as well. They have a YouTube channel, but they haven't posted there for like 3 years or something to that effect. So, I mean, I can't harp on them because I did the same with my other channel and haven't posted for quite some time now. But I figured if people aren't aware, I could make them aware. And now with prices being high, and you know, if you're paying $40 for an Eagle already, maybe not a bad idea to pay a little bit more and get something cool and special like that rather than just another Eagle, right? You're old. What are you? 59D. Almost certain we don't need it. You know what I need? I need my puffer. I don't have my tobacco-ish nicotine fix. Oh, we're almost getting it. E is oh, that's weird because E's, it's saying R's not there. E is there, but it's in the wrong spot, and the last E is right. So it's going to be WH E something, or no, something EE. We? No. I don't know what that would be. That's going to be a weird one. If you guys get it. I paid $48 for a 2014. No. Who'd you rob at gunpoint to get that? $48 for a 2014 W slabbed MS7. Siren. How'd you find a deal like that? That's a great deal. MS70 at that? No better grade? That's... Sorry, I dropped one. Only one E. Well, no, if it's saying the other E is... Oh, okay, now I get you. Okay. I see, it's... Then really it shouldn't be putting it in yellow anymore if it's not actively going into the word. Yeah, Siren, I bet you're happy. That's a super find. I don't know. Sometimes I stumble across a deal, but I'll tell you, a lot of the times I stumble across like something nice, I don't have the money for it. Or like I'm not on me. I just bought something else, like something like that. It's never. But I don't find a lot of really great deals. There's not been too many that I couldn't walk away from, but occasionally I'll see something odd, or sometimes you see something that you really want, like the commemorative halves. I've been starting to not really collect them, but I'm slow rolling a collection on those, and like I'll see them out and about places, but they just want like sometimes an arm and a leg for them. Like before silver went up like crazy, there was one Stone Mountain, I think. I think I'm saying that right, and they wanted like $120, and it was in good shape. But they're this is my hold on. Let me go get my puffer, and then we'll bitch and we'll rant. Okay, here's my problem with coin shops, and not my local, but the one that's the big shop that's a little further from me. My problem with them is they have people in the back that they have sent to. I'm guessing like the ANA grading seminars and all of that certifications. I don't know what that process is, but they think they're graders. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying they think they are. They give their own coins grades and price them accordingly. Now, I know a lot of us kind of do that, but for anyone else to do that and write it on like a coin flip, right? Like here, I have a Susan B that I found in those quarters, and it's all right. It's got some luster, it's cartwheeling, it maybe has some nicks and some imperfections, but it's not bad. For its age and whatnot, it's in decent shape. Okay. But the coin shop will just put on here like MS 66 plus or whatever. They'll just put something on there and then they price it as if it's that great. And that's a problem for me because I don't care if your people have been to a place. Now, granted, if a coin's in really good shape, it's going to fetch a few dollars extra. But if I bring something in, like I have these Sacagaweas, the 2000 Ps, that I opened because they were in a bankroll and not a mint roll, and they're all at least probably 65 or better. But if I brought them in anywhere, they're not going to be like, oh, this is a really nice one, we'll give you more for it. They're just going to give me a base price for them. But then when they're selling them off, they adjust for the grade that they think. It's kind of underhanded. If it's graded, it's either graded or it's not graded. If it's in good shape, yeah, it'll fetch a few extra bucks, but if it's not officially graded, you don't get that price for the coin. And so that's one of the problems that I have with coin shops is that they kind of do their own grading. And my shop, like I said, the one close to me, they're trained somehow or certified or whatever. And so them, I almost understand them doing it a little bit because they kind of have a knowledge. You don't know that walking in there. You have to ask and talk to them. But you don't know that going in there. But you can see that in the pricing of all of their coins. But then like some of these other like smaller mom and pop shops, that they're just guessing. And it could be a really educated guess, but it's still a guess. So that's where I have some problems with the coins. And that's what was going on with that Stone Mountain. It was in good shape. I would have paid $80 for it all day long, which is still high for a half. But I would have paid $80 for it for sure. But them up at 120 just because they thought it's gonna fetch a grade that I forget what they were claiming that it was, but you know, that kind of thing bothers me. Welcome in, Snoopy. Good to see you. Total count so far, we don't have any fancy counters on the screen, but we have one silver that we found, a couple of old, maybe possible book upgrades in the 40s. What we're currently missing in our Jefferson Nickels are all of the 38s, 39S, and then a couple of random, mostly S mint marks, but a few random ones here and there. And we are searching through this box. I'm actually now really hoping to find some more silver, because we found one, which means the box is suspect. It's bank wrapped, so theoretically they all came out of like the same bin, you know, roll. So fingers crossed we find something else. But, you know what we can do, now that we actually do have the bot running, thanks to everyone yelling at me, we can get a giveaway going, and that I don't mind doing. It'll be silver, like normal. We got nothing here. We can do one right now. Why not? Grab the gram bars. Now, Siren, I'm warning you, I'm running out of things that aren't guns. Just saying. I got Yin Yang. That's a gun. That's a gun. And if you win, if you want guns, I can give you guns. But for now, I'll try to throw ones up that aren't, because this is an impromptu stream. Ooh, wow. I don't even think I ever saw that one. I got a bison. Look at that. We got an eagle, a bison, and a yin yang. So we'll throw up 3 because this is an impromptu stream. I know a lot of people are working or doing whatever. And so we'll throw more up. Let me go in here and start the giveaway. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, and I'm also researching. I'm going to try to get onto a schedule of live streaming. It's been rough because getting coins is getting harder and harder. But I'm going to try to get on a schedule. We'll see how that works. I have a bunch of stuff in flux right now. But if I can get that going, then I'm looking into and researching at what point I could give away something free to people for their silver dust. So, like, I go to loyalty right now. The big problems are gonna be Siren and Constitutional, Roadhog, Thomas Tone, who have the most. So I got to figure out what that would look like, but basically if you watch and you interact and all this stuff, like, you can save up your points and cash them in to actually get something like silver or whatever have you. And so I'm looking into that, like kind of like a rewards program for hanging out in the stream, aside from whatever giveaways I'm doing. I got to figure that out, but I'm looking into it. It's like right now, Siren has just under 40,000 points. I got to figure out what that would look like. I mean, that's a lot of watch time, don't get me wrong. And I'm very appreciative for it. I just got to figure out what that would look like in terms of, a monetary reward back. I don't know. 30,000 for a dime? Or maybe a quarter? It's got to be something, I think, a little more substantial. Because that for her, that's showing 28 hours. Now, that's also because she interacts more than most people. Because, like, Constitutional's in second place with, like, 31,000, we'll say. And he's at 33 hours of watch time. So she's not watched as much, but she's interacted more, if that makes sense. So we'll see. We'll see what that comes out to. But I'm working on trying to figure that out. Are we done with time yet? Let me get back to the giveaway. 1 minute. Siren's the only one in here. Come on. Okay, Siren. I see Snoopy. Nobody gonna enter? I don't see Snoopy in the actual thing yet. Did he type right? Exclamation giveaway space 5. Huh. Why don't I see Snoopy? Does Snoopy have points? He's been in here for a minute. He, she, I don't know. Shelbean, hello. Welcome in. Hold on. We might have to extend this. Let me see if I can find Snoopy. I don't... This... Snoopy? This, thing sucks, I will tell you. It's like, I can never find people. It has like a search function for users. The only thing I can think of is I have to... I'm safe. Are you in, though? Are you in? That's the question. No, so I can't do a giveaway when Siren's the only person. I'm going to resume entries. Continue to enter. Siren can't... I know there's only a couple people in here, but Siren can't be the only one up for a giveaway. She wins enough anyway. Oh, Siren, thank you. Because I'm trying to figure this out. I think I got to copy the whole name. I am a she. Well, thank you, Snoopy. Now I know. I will do my best to remember that, but my memory is not the best. If it's not, let's see. Oh, now? Okay, so that's what it is. I have to type in your name, capitals, spaces, everything like exactly. So basically the easiest way to do it. Now you have... Yeah, it took your entry. Now you're in. Okay. Shelbean should be able to get in. I'll wait and make sure. Yep, it says it sees you. I haven't seen an update yet, but come on. Update. Why is it not? Sometimes technology. Okay, Shelbean's in. All right. I'm going to close it out. Richard, be happy. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. We'll get back to the coins in a second. I'm going to close it. Only 3 people, but that's fine. And then it's behind my camera, so I have to move to be able to see the button. Okay, Snoopy won. So, Snoopy. On all of my videos, in the description, along with a bunch of other stuff, I'm sure, is my email. You can also type in exclamation winner, like this, and it should come up, I think, if I remember what ruler helped me set up. It's either winner or something. And yeah, so there you go. So there's that comment, and my email is there at the back. So just email me your address, and I will get over these 3 grams to you. Gotta get my bags of bags. Huh. This one says Ringmaster on it. I know that's a lie. That's where it came from. That's not where it's going. Haha, got it. Marked it down. All right, back to nickels. Let's see if we can find some more silver. Not a problem, Snoopy. I am trying to... I mean, the live streams are more fun with the coin hunts and things. I don't really do, like, the hangout streams too much unless I have, like, a guest. So I'm trying to get my watch time. I have the subs. That's not a problem. We have another old-looking nickel. Fingers crossed. So I'm trying to get the watch time. I'm over 2,000 now. And I recently had a video do really good. It got, I think, like 5,000 something views. That got me a big chunk of watch time. So I'm kind of chunking at it, but I stopped doing shorts because shorts don't help watch time. They don't really, I'm not monetized, so they don't give me really anything. They will bring subscribers, but as I've noticed, those subscribers don't really convert over to the long form content, which is kind of the point of the whole channel. So that's why I reward people pretty well for hanging out in the live streams. I know I'm not the most entertaining person and your time is valuable. So I try to do multiple giveaways during the stream and things, and they're not huge, but a few grams of silver. I mean, the 3 grams there, that's more silver than in a silver dime. So my videos you can watch while using the bathroom. Hey, and there's nothing wrong with that. If somebody's doing like a whole channel on like short form content, that's cool. But okay, wait, what is going on here? Oh, it's just one of those like dryer coins. I was hoping. That's how dark it was. What year is it? 68. It's just beat up. It's not silver. Oh well, you can't win them all. But yeah, so it just depends on what you're trying to go for with your channel. I like live streaming when I can. So I knew that was going to be a part of the channel. And so that's one of the main reasons for the giveaways. I try to be somewhat generous anyway when I can. And, the live streams are just the easiest way to do that. Streambot usually cooperates and makes it pretty easy. They're doing these state tests at my kid's school this week. Should be, I think, today and tomorrow, actually. And I don't think they explained them very well to my daughter. Like, she knew, and but we were talking about it last night, and she's like, well, what if I mess up? What if I get stuck? What if I fail? I'm like, I had to sit her down and really explain it to her that this isn't a pass or fail thing. This is basically them trying to understand of what you're being taught, or the school says you're being taught. What are you getting? Like, where are you at? She's in 4th grade. For a 4th grader at pretty much the end of the year, which is close to where we're at. What have you learned? Are you getting the information that they're giving you and retaining it? So I said, don't worry about passing. Don't worry about failing. If you get hung up, move on to the next one. I had to give her this whole speech, and I don't know that they've not tried to give it to her, but I don't think they emphasized what the points very well, because she was still very concerned about these tests. And that's kind of upsetting. Like, I think, in a way, they kind of, freaked her out a bit. She's all worried about it, and even driving her to school this morning, we were having a conversation about it. I was reiterating the points, trying to get her not to freak out. Like, sometimes, I get what they're doing, but like, I don't know, do it in a different way. Find a different way to do it. Like the whole state testing thing. There's got to be a different way. More smaller tests throughout the year or something to where it doesn't seem as important to the kids, because she was flipping out about it a little bit. And I don't like that. I don't want her to have anxiety around tests and achievements and failure. I don't want her to be afraid of failure, but I don't want her to get hung up on failure so much as this fear that it becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy or whatever, or she can't think. Yeah, I think so. she should be okay. She was in good spirits by the time she went into school, but I just wish they'd do a better job of just telling them like it's not a big deal. But for them, it is a big deal. Like their funding, I don't know about the scores, but I know attendance. They're like huge on, they've been sending out notices for like weeks. Like, hey, your kid has to be at school these days. Hey, they got to be here. Please make sure they're here. Please make sure they're on time and rested and ate breakfast and ready to take this test. Because it has something to do with their funding. Their funding, not completely, I'm sure, depends on it, but it matters. I'm guessing the better they do. Oh, hey. There's a 2023. I think that's the first one I've seen. 2023 Denver. Either that or that's the first one I've noticed. But yeah, their funding matters. So to them it is kind of important. I'd like to think that the scores don't matter, but they probably do. So who knows? System, I'm sure, could use an overhaul. I saw a thing recently. It was like one of these, I don't know, TikTok memes or something. But they were talking about like factories and schools and different things and how like the basic fundamentals of them haven't changed over time. Like a factory, like you still go, you have a station, you have like usually like a task or two, you know, a few limited responsibilities that you perform. They're like, they want workers, you know, they haven't changed how it operates because they like the system. They just want a relatively not heavy thinking worker, just somebody that can physically repeat this task over and over again in the course of a day. And the same thing with schools. Like the system is pretty much the same. I mean, there's more like online learning and things like that now, a little bit, but that's, I think, mainly because of the whole virus thing. But you know, there's not really been a big change to how schools operate. Like, so a lot of people are homeschooling, but then again, too, there's a perceived handicap on homeschoolers that I think they're still working through, because I've seen people that were homeschooled go into the workforce, and there's a really nice 2001. I hate this CoinScope. I really do. It's not that I hate it. I like it. But the light. Are all the steps there on that thing? I can't tell. It looks like maybe there's some damage. Huh. It's in really good shape. It's just a 2001 though. I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to move on. We're looking for silver and special things and buffaloes. I have enough nickels. I have piles and piles of nickels. So, hold on, let me get back. I'm not happy when people just pop in to win the giveaways. I feel bad. Well, it happens. Most over here, I will say this. So, like, right now, what? There's 7 of you in here. Number 1, it's a daytime stream, which I don't normally do. Number 2, my streams, and I actually kind of like it this way, are usually, I think the most I've ever had in a stream is like maybe 15 people, or if I have a guest, like if I have Constitutional or Frostbite or somebody in, I usually get more people, but then I'm not focused on the chat as much because we're having some kind of conversation. But what the heck is going on there? Okay, it's a D. Uh-oh. Why is my phone ringing? Let me see who that is. Give me a second. Telemarketer. And not even the good kind, like the robotic kind. Not the kinds like Sal gets that you can mess with. That's weird, because that D is... You guys, it probably doesn't look like it to you, but that D is tiny. I thought it was like an S, honestly. Um, Too beat up on the back to be anything. Alright, there's another 2023. Here's a dirty nickel. No mint mark, so it's not 95. So it's not a real nickel or anything, just a dirty nickel. How do you get points? You just get points by interacting. Being here, chatting, and then I'd have to look up all the rules again. Every so often, it gives you points. You get points for chatting. There's a couple of things. I can just hand out points, but they come to you. You just basically get them by being here. And Siren gave you like 700 and something before, so you have probably more than you're gonna need. Here is a 53D. We'll set that aside and see if we need it. I don't think we do, but we can check the book for an upgrade. Constitutional did... There's a 62. That goes in the other book. 62D. I'm not going to keep it. I think I have better ones. Constitutional did a short live stream last night with Silver and Cigars, who is also another Ohio native. And then, who was it? Somebody just went down, I think, and interviewed Daniel from Coin Help You, I think. I didn't, full disclosure, I didn't watch the whole video. I didn't have time to, and I'm going to go back later and find it. Oh, there's another 68S, but it's a little on the beat up side. But I think it was Numismatic Stacker. Don't quote me, but I think. I'm just still trying to get... There's a lot of new, smaller channels, and I'm not going to say new to me. I mean, for all I know, they could have been around for some time. They could be, my senior in terms of channel creation date. But, yeah, I think it's Numismatic Stacker. So either he was traveling through Ohio, or he's also an Ohio native and close enough to get down to Daniel's shop in Portsmouth, which is something that I've been wanting to do when I get some time. One of these days I'll plan that trip and go down and, fingers crossed, hopefully meet Daniel himself. But yeah, I gotta check out that video later. I think it was Numismatic Stacker. I was watching it. He was at a hotel, which is why I feel like maybe he's not directly in that area. Maybe he's just from another part of Ohio or somewhere else and just happened to be there, killing two birds with one stone. But if I got the gist of the video, we got a dirty, but it's modern. I'm pretty sure, based on the thumbnail, it looked like he actually interviewed Daniel. What is that? 84D. So, yeah, there's a lot of interesting things going... Oh. Uh-oh. We might have to keep this one. It's a really... there's a nick there. But it's a 78, but it's in decent shape. How many of them steps are there? Oh, the steps are all worn. We won't keep it. I don't see anything crazy. We'll let it go. There's also a nice 79 right next to it. 87, 84. I'm trying to get there. I wonder sometimes how their rolling machines work, because you get silver in like one of the first couple rolls, maybe I guess that would have been the tail end of the box. You know, it's at the top. So theoretically, maybe all the silver went into the next box. I don't know. We'll see. 70D. Ta-ta-ta. Buy stocks. Welcome in. Oh, there's another channel that's been making some waves. I caught him. He was low. Now, I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing it right. Because just within the span of a few short months, he's gotten up to 1,000 subscribers. He's doing some pretty decent videos. And that is... Oh, don't quote me. It's let me pull up YouTube here. Inspired Investments, I want to say. It's a weird channel name, but basically it's a silver channel. Let me find it in my list. Yeah, Inspired Investments. Just the letter E. Spired, like inspired, but Inspired Investments. And he... his oldest video that I can find publicly is like 3 months ago. So in the span of 3 months, he has gotten to 1,000 subscribers and only has made a total of 31 videos, and that includes shorts. So he's killing it. I will take his channel link and put it... Oh, I gotta get over here. One of these days I'll figure out what I'm doing. So there's his channel link. He's killing it. He's done multiple giveaways because, you know, of his meteoric rise to fame. And he seems to be doing real well. Just goes to show you, there's a really nice 95. That's gonna be rough because it's got all the steps. Oh no, there's a nick right across them. See it? Darn, because it's in good shape. Moving on. But yeah, he's doing real well. I've been checking out his videos periodically. Kind of watch. I think I was there on his channel. It was low. Like, so maybe I'm thinking somewhere between 50 and 100 subscribers. So he's been rising really quick. See, Happy Chappy, I am I'm north of Dayton. So I'm in Troy, which is, like, you have Dayton, and then north of that, you probably run into like Vandalia, which is where the airport is, and then I'm a little north of that. Get my light up here a little bit so I can see these coins. So far, it looks like we possibly have a couple upgrades. We have the one silver. We're not doing bad. Oh, are you? Okay. Well, we will have to get together one of these days. Or we can, I don't know. There's not many coin shops. Do you have any good luck with, like, pawn shops? Because I was going to go down to Dayton and see if I could run some, because I've not really hit up any of the pawn shops in Dayton for coins or anything, but historically all the pawn shops I've went to want an arm and a leg for their silver. It's kind of crazy. One guy was trying to convince me that Mercury dimes were worth $5, and this was before the meteoric rise in silver price. Okay, we got a couple of dirty ones. Could be nothing, but we'll look at it. It looks like an old one. There's a 56p, but we don't need that. Well, it's old and dirty, but it's just a 64 that's got stuff all over it. That's what I was seeing on the back was all the discoloration. So nothing there. But yeah, Belmont coins, that's right. I recently found out about them, but I usually, when I go to Dayton, like North Dayton is usually like Crossroads. I'm sure you've been there. Whenever I'm talking about the big coin shop that's farther from me, that's who I'm referring to as Crossroads. And they're not bad. They kind of suck, though. I'm not going to lie. Like, they're not bad. I mean, for a coin shop in this area, they're not bad. But after traveling around Indiana, Kentucky, different places, and seeing coin shops, Chicago, in different areas, compared to, like, what Crossroads is doing, Crossroads, like, barely has anything. Like, it's almost, I don't know, it's almost insulting. Like, what other shops have. Like, as far as variety, Crossroads is great if you're a coin collector. They have coins. But they don't have much bullion. I'm sure maybe there's some in the back, but they never have, like, a lot out. They don't do any semi-numismatic, but they have a whole case full of copper rounds. Like, I don't get that. Why they're trying to push copper rounds, but not some of the other stuff. Here's another dirty 64D. All right. Yeah, we got 2023s mixed all in here. It's kind of interesting. And we have a arguably nice modern bison on the back of this roll. Yeah, but we would have to yes, it is. And a decent amount of my viewership. I mean, it's predominantly male, of course, but I usually there's a penny in my nickels. Come on now. It's ridiculous. I usually have a 10 to, I think at the highest, one of my videos had like 15% women viewership, which is kind of nice. There's a nice modern bison. It's not nice enough to keep, but it's alright. No spear. Just to give you an idea of what I'm looking at. Pretty decent looking. As far as the back, the front's got a couple of nicks and some chatter going in the fields. But, yeah. Moving right along, let's see what this penny is. It looks kind of off-struck. Just a 93. And it's getting some zinc rot. But it is a little off-struck. Just slightly. There's like no rim here. Big fat rim there. Not enough to be anything, but we will... I don't have any pennies around here. We'll just throw it to the side. So see Happy Chappy. My email is... Here, I'll pull it up. It's going to put my email... There it is. There's my email. Drop me an email. We'll get in touch, and either maybe I'll have to try to get down to Belmont one of these days. We can meet up there, or we can just meet up, you know, wherever, or Crossroads, or wherever. Or, heck, we'll meet at a park. I don't care. I don't think, from the coin community, I don't think I've met anybody in person yet. No, I don't think so. So we got a 49D. I don't think we need it, but we're going to put it up there to check just in case. Just in case. Belmont coins. 1940 P. Again, I don't think we'll need it, but I'll put it up there so we can just check for upgrades at the very least. You're old. What are you? 61. 50. Ooh. Oh, we got something here. I'm gonna have to keep that one. So it's a 59, and this has that, like, the gray kind of toning coming in, like that gunmetal kind of look. It's a little circulated. You can see from the steps there a little, so it's not like full steps or anything. It's got a little wear on it, but it's in great shape for being a 59. And I just love these ones that have that gray metallic toning. You don't see that kind of often. I wonder what it takes to get those coins to tone that way. This is the end of row number 2. Okay. I got into coins from metal detecting. See, I'm putting that off. Just like putting off pouring metal. I barely have enough time to do what I'm doing. I have 2 or 3 videos that I'd like to shoot that I just haven't yet. It's kind of like I'm busy, and it's like a time thing, sort of. But also, my house is small. So unless I go out into my garage, or the kids are being quiet, and there's not a lot else going on, it's hard for me to get dedicated time to film. Sometimes. Other times, it's just an excuse. Like, I didn't have the kids here all weekend, and I didn't film anything. I was being lazy. 69S. I see a lot of these, and I don't know why. Like 68, 69S's. There's just tons of them out there. I don't know. I'll have to look at the mintages sometime. But they're just, if you see an S, most likely it's a 68 or a 69. I need to get me a fancy GoPro. I love the detecting thing. You never know what you'll find. Well, there's a park. Pretty big open field. Like, I can throw a rock and hit it. It's like right there. Not even a half a block. Not even a half a block. Like 2 houses away is the entrance to this park. And it's basically just a big field. And it's been there for a long time. And so has this neighborhood. And I never see anybody over there. The Lucky James Eller, I believe. Eller, am I pronouncing that right? Welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. We are hunting nickels so far. Maybe some book upgrades. But 1 silver, 42, beat up, war nickel, Philly mint mark. Really beat up. Probably the worst war nickel I have personally ever seen. And that includes the ones that I buy. It's bent. It's beat up. It's in rough shape. But I'm still happy to have it. We're hoping, fingers crossed, that we find some more. But I don't want to get into metal detecting because I feel like with the channel, I'm already spread out enough. I don't know. Maybe I'm making a mistake there. Or maybe things will change. I'm going for... Here's a 1940p. I think we already had one, but I'll put it up there with it. We'll check it together against the book and see which one's better. But I'm going for a promotion at work. Well, of sorts. It's a lot to explain, but waiting to hear on it, like literally any day now. If I get that position. And if I do, then I might have like a more stringent schedule. I wouldn't be traveling as much. I'd have more set hours, like office hours kind of thing. So if that happens, I might be able to pick something up. But I wouldn't want the metal detecting to deter from some of the things I'm already doing. So I'll see. Plus, you got to get like a half decent detector. But I feel like that park probably has some. I've never see anybody over there metal detecting, and I go walk the dog and stuff all the time, and I've never seen anybody over there metal detecting or signs of like divots misplaced and like placed back or any of that. So there's probably this neighborhood has been here since this house was built in the 40s, mid 40s. So, yeah, I mean, the neighborhood itself and the area has probably been inhabited since, like, probably around the 30s in some form or fashion. So, there's probably some stuff over there. 69D. Trying to catch the chat. Oh, man, I'm popular now. There's 9 people in here. This is amazing. Oh, Ruler. Ruler's in here. First thing I see when joining the chat is Siren Silver Sash saying she likes to watch. Well, I mean, that's just telling us what we already know, right? She's my #1 live stream viewer, that's for sure. Another Modern Bison. Dun, dun, dun. It's a decent 70D. It's got a lot of luster, but it's too worn. 70... 2000 and a... Ooh. 70S. I keep the S's. I don't know why. If they're not completely beat up, and this one seems to fit into that, I know the back's a little tore. But I'm probably going to keep that. Keep a lot of the S's if they're not complete junk. Hey, is that one? Oh, shoot. That's one, too. What's it look like? The same. Almost identical. How does that happen? Coins getting beat up. Okay. We got a little bit of coffee left. Well, yeah, I'm just saying I don't see anybody actively over there detecting it. So if... Hopefully it's been a while. We'll see. Maybe one day. But yeah, probably has been. But you never know. You never know, Ruler. Still, it'd be fun to waste some time. Farmers' fields and things. I've seen a lot of people try to get into some of that. That almost seems harder to me. There's glue or something on this nickel. I don't even want to know. Going back in the pile. That's the thing about detecting. Like, the beach. It's a decent 77. I guess that's because there's always people. Is that a 79S? No, it's a D. Okay. The people at the beach, I think, are the main reason why that continues to be something that is lucrative. So, like, I guess the parks and stuff, once they're kind of picked dry, you're probably right. There's another 59D. I thought I put one of these to the side earlier. Oh, I did, but it's that pretty one. Okay, we'll keep it. And keep rolling right along. Yeah, I don't know. It all depends. Like, I'm hard on myself. And I don't know why. I have some decent cameras and things, and I always feel like, even this, you know, getting all this set up sometimes is okay, but there's always problems. Ooh, I think I literally see a war nickel. I literally see it. Because it's 1943 and it's poking me right in the face. It's right here. So we're going to pull it. And I dropped it. Where'd it go? Hold on. I'll find it. Couldn't have rolled far. Where the heck did it go? Hold on. Where's my light? Oh, it's right here at my feet. It is indeed a war nickel. And this one's in much better shape than the last one. 43. Denver. Nice. Super sweet. That's 2. Okay. Now I'm feeling a lot better about this box. Can you believe I've been sitting on this thing for like 2 weeks and there's just silver hanging out inside? And I've been ignoring it. But I will say there for a while, I was getting coins and just attacking them. As soon as I would get them, I would push other stuff off. I'll do the dishes tomorrow, whatever. And I would go after the coins. And so I was trying to find some balance there too, to where I can kind of look at a box and I don't have to rip it open immediately. But, yeah. Well, hey, the good thing is these are worth more now than they were when I got the box. So that's always good. 64. What is that? 64. Clear some of this off. Okay, so that's 2, and we're about halfway through the box. So, by those theoretics, might be able to find 1 or 2 more. And that was weird because I laid them out and it was just staring at right there. Like I couldn't see much of the whole nickel, but the date was right there and it said 1943 and I'm like, silver. What are you? 96D. 77, 2020. Okay. All right, we're rolling right along. Sorry, I've been ignoring the chat. What do we got to say? Detectorist, most of them are coin collectors. Oh, detectors. Well, yeah, detectorist. Most of them. Well, yeah, I would imagine. Detecting is actually how I got into coin collecting. Oh, yeah. You've been hanging out with Shibby? No, he did that stream, I think it was a day or 2 ago, and I meant to jump in it, and I think I did for like a hot second, and then something with the kids, I got distracted and pulled away, and I didn't get to hang out. But yes, I drop things often. Well, in this whole thing needs another overhaul. But for the moment, I just deal with it. I need more space. I need like a coin roll hunting mat. But this house is tiny. So this is the best I can do as far as a dedicated space. But it's so much else to me. It's like my computer setup. It's, I guess, my office to a degree, not my workstation, but my personal office, and so it kind of becomes a catch-all for stuff. It's the equivalent of a coffee table. Everything ends up here, and then like every couple months I'll clean it off. It'll look nice for like a few days, and then everything finds its way back. It's upsetting. What are you? 80. $74. So yeah, I've been doing really... That's kind of odd. I've been doing really decent with the nickels lately. That's kind of weird. On silver. I found a couple of buffaloes. That's not, I guess, anything too crazy. But silver. I mean, I think we're up to like 4 or 5 in like the last month or two total. And that's kind of weird because I've gone through boxes for months and not found any silver. And so now all of a sudden we're having some luck. I'll take it. Oh, look at ruler. I already gave something away. I'll do it again, though. It's been a while. How long we been on here? An hour and a half? Uh-oh. We got an old-looking one. I don't think it's a war nickel, but it looks old. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll just go in order. Let me get through this row. We'll do another giveaway. Snoopy won the last one, but only like 3 people entered. There weren't as many people in here then. So, I'm not faulting anybody, but I did keep it open so it wouldn't just be Siren. That seems like a rough giveaway if you're the only contestant. 64. What is this? It's a 54D. I'm almost certain I don't need that, and it's kind of dirty, so it's hard to tell how nice the coin looks, but from the hairline, it looks like it's got a lot of wear on it. Like, all the texture's kind of gone. I'll set it aside, but I don't think we'll need it. $77, $90, $90. Okay. I've given away all my barber dimes. I was looking at it the other day, and I'm not really collecting the barbers. I buy them when they come up. Like, it's not really a thing for me. It's just basically another silver dime. But I noticed I've given away a lot of them. Probably, like, I used to have like a stack of them, and now it's kind of dwindling as far as, like, you know, individual coins and flips. So, kind of slowing down on the barbers themselves. But one of the things we can give away, I still have dog hair. I definitely have dog hair. One of the things I still have are these mint 2000p Sacagaweas. I'll throw that in with some silver grams. A couple silver grams and that dollar coin. Sounds like a decent giveaway. We'll get that started. Complete. Start giveaway. Alright, it's open. And I will again try. Actually, I might not be doing too bad. I think all the ones before that I did with Siren, where if somebody else won, I would ask them if they wanted guns. I think I got rid of some of the guns. I still have a lot of them in this pile, but not as many as I thought. And just to remind you, this small handful of grams, right? So we got a kangaroo and a maple leaf here. Maple leaf gram. And the Sacagawea will hide over it. This was over 100 and some odd grams. Probably in the neighborhood of like 130 when we first started giving away grams on the channel. So I've given away a bunch of grams. I know Roadhog's gotten a bunch. Siren's gotten a bunch. Kendall's gotten a bunch. Pretty much anyone who often wins giveaways has gotten a bunch of grams from me. So we have a mint or BU 2000p Sacagawea and 2 grams of silver up for grabs. We have a minute 20 left to enter. Donna, you're not going to get in there? I see you. I'm watching. 83. 2021. 83 again. I fell asleep early last night, like way early. I watched Constitutional stream with Silver and Cigars, and then I don't really remember anything else. And I woke up on the couch this morning at like 5 a.m., which is how I know I went to sleep like way early than normal. Is that a 39 or a 59? 39. P. I don't know. We'll check the book. I'd rather it be a 38, but we'll check the book to see if that's an upgrade. What is that? Oh, we got another 59 that's in like 59D that's in great shape. Hold on, let me move these. Oh, we're up. Okay, let me pull it. Phillipson, Siren, Richard, James. Okay, where's the buttons behind the camera? Pick. See Happy Chappy. All right, let me get my bags of bags. There's one. All right, so I will complete that. And then if Ruler hasn't already done it, dun dun dun. Well, hello, Constitutional. I was just talking about you. So, see Happy Chappy. It's going to put congratulations and my email into the chat here in a second. Streambot did there. So send me an email with your address, and I will get these out to you. Or we could just meet up, and we could do it that way. But I will put it to the side with Snoopy's. Mail just came. I wonder if there's any good news in there. Now, hold on. Now get back to this 59. Constitutional, getting old really does suck. You went to bed early too. I passed out, man. Like, I don't remember. I mean, I fell asleep on the couch. I don't even remember going to bed. And me waking up at 5 a.m. means, okay. Yeah, we'll just meet up. Yeah, that sounds like an even better option. And, ooh, we can do a video. Do you do videos, Chappie? Okay, so wait. Before we get distracted too much, I'll wait to see that. But I'm going to turn this on the large Queen Cam. Bring this up a bit. This thing for a 59. There's some... Is that... I can't tell if those are nicks or if that's like dirt. But for a 59, this thing is in pretty good shape. A little wear, the steps are gone, but it's just in Really good shape. This is what gets me every time. Is something I come across like this where I could just toss it back, but because of its age and everything, I'm just going to keep it. And I'll put it somewhere and my kids can figure it out when I'm dead. Oh, okay. Well, then that solves it. I will have to... Here, I'll go over here. Dun, dun, dun. Because I know I've seen you around, but I don't... Is this really gonna... It's not... Constitutional. Gotta go, kids. Need to hit the post. Yeah, you got all that mail to get out. Man, this is not... Oh, wait. It's over here. I hate this setup. Hold on. See, happy, chappy. Got it. Okay. I think... There. Go to channel. Okay, I think I got it. Because it was like the words are over here. The little... Nope, I got the wrong one. Took me to constitutional. Dun, dun, dun. Boom. Go to channel. Is that the right one? One of these days. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Yes. Gotcha. Gotcha. Bell on. Okay. So you can also do exclamation find me. I know there's only like 12 of us in here or whatever. 11, 12, who knows. But you can do that, or I can just take your link and post it like so. And this is See Happy Chappy's channel. So I was not subscribed, I will admit it. And so now you can be too. And I see the, what's that, trade dollar or seated on your picture now that I'm looking at it with the hole in it. It's a seated, judging by the hole, I'm guessing that's either a hat. It's like a seated half. That sucks. Because that looks like before the hole, it was in really good shape. I got one like that sitting here. I got it from Big Flip in a grab bag. And it would be a great coin, but as you can see there, there's like this scratch that runs down in through here and across there. If it weren't for that damn scratch, this would be a very expensive coin. It's still a decent coin, but the back is where she really shines. It's just gorgeous. So I got that in a grab bag. The scratch is not... You dug that? No, you didn't. You got that metal detecting? Ooh, I'll have to take a look at that a little closer. That's crazy. Because it really does. It looks like it's in great shape. I mean, I'm assuming it's a seated dime love token. Oh, I mean, I guess that explains why the front's in such good shape then. That's crazy because you can see more detail on that thing than you can on this half, for sure. All right, we are through all of these. Let's get these off the table. Keep moving with the nickels. I'm going to go check that mail. I don't think I have anything, but we'll see. It's all bills. It's all bills. I don't want to look at it. It's just going to ruin my day. I'll bring it when we meet. Sweet. And I don't think... I've never been to Belmont Coins. At least not since I've actually started collecting. I can't say I've never gone in there. But I will have to do that. Go down there and see. But yeah, it's the distance for me. Because being up here... it already takes me like 20 minutes probably at least to get to Crossroads if I go there, and I don't go there very often either. If I opened up a legitimate coin shop up here in Troy, it would do really well because there's nothing north of me either. So unless you want to drive all the way to Crossroads or Belmont or one of those options, there's not much up here. There's my LCS guy who's not really an LCS. He's basically like bullion and stuff like that. Occasionally he'll have notes, but it's primarily, gold and silver, bullion and coins and junk silver and things. He doesn't really do the numismatic. He doesn't even want to mess with it. He doesn't even like graded stuff really. He'll occasionally, if someone sells it to him, he'll get it. He'll have it in his case, but he won't go buy it and like try to flip it or anything. So it's kind of a weird shop, but it's right around the corner, so that's nice. 75. $70 is an S. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. 68, 70. There's just a lot of these S's out there. I'm not even going to keep that. We have two already that I think are in better shape than that one. Just keep moving right along. Lots of nickels. I'm going to go to the LCS guy, though, after the stream. Yeah, I should have time before I have to go get the daughter from school and see what he still has. What has silver done? Give me a second. I know I'm ignoring the chat a little bit. So let's see. There's my charts. So, silver has dropped. Well, it dropped a little yesterday. It's back up today. Slightly. I'm showing like 25.20. It was as high as 25.32. Today it's been as low as 24.92. So I'm kind of hoping we're finding a new resistance level at this 25. I know everybody wants cheaper silver and gold. I know, like, by our nature, because most of us are going to acquire forever. But it's actually a good thing if the price goes up and stays there. Not for acquisition, but it's a validation of what we've been saying. And even at $25, silver is still extremely undervalued. I would still argue that even 25, we should be way above that. I mean, you're talking post-virus, economic turmoil, all the other stuff going on right now. Silver should be way higher. I feel like gold should probably have broke that all-time high right now. It's sitting on my charts at just over 2,000. So we have a ways to go, but I feel like we're going to hit an all-time high on gold probably within like a month or, yeah, like 4 or 5 weeks, probably at the most. The dollar's just in trouble, and that just is going to raise our metals. But I think it's a good thing overall. I mean, I know, and I'm going through the same thing that you guys are. Probably when you look at prices and you're like, I should have bought more, or we're hoping that the price comes back down. But really, you don't want the price to go back down. You want it to find a new support level and, not see $18 silver again. You really don't want to do that because you want the stability. And so you want a new plateau, a new limit that we've hit for the floor, and it to stay there, because if we dropped right now, even over the course of a couple of months, back down to like 18, that then to people that don't really follow the market and people that look from the outside, analysts and whatever have you, looks like the $25 price point is not deserved. And it's just going to drop back down. And so in the future, when the price moves up, it's not going to garner as much attention. It's not going to seem valid. You know, if we start moving up, it'll make it harder to then rise up to those levels. It creates like a false resistance where people can't mentally associate silver with being worth $25 an ounce if every couple months it drops back down to 18. The last time we were in the $18 range was October. So that's 6 months ago at this point. And then before that, it was March of 20, right before the, all the lockdowns and stuff. It dropped to that, but it dropped past that. My bad. I'm looking at it wrong. It was sitting at about the $18 range, was about where it was at. So $18 silver represents hi baby girl, what's up? What's up? Represents like lockdowns and whatever's happened in between now and then. Yeah, it's just a price that we really shouldn't be at. Like, that's before inflation, before... do you want to go outside? I am commanded to take the dog outside. Okay, but you're going to stay out here for a while. It's a sunny day. You should be fun. So, to make a long story short, $18 silver should be a thing of the past. Even just adjusting for inflation, we shouldn't see $18 silver anymore. Silver should be $25, should be about the new floor, that we just don't see it drop below. And I know you don't want to hear it. I don't like saying it, but unfortunately, really, that's the reality. Because think about it, like, unless the economy crashes in a big way, you're not going to see, like, I think I went to the grocery store the other day. I am way off topic, but this is what we do here. So, I went to the grocery store the other day, and a can of tuna was like $1.19. Not the fancy stuff, not any of this. It was like $1.19 for a can of tuna, which a year ago, maybe a little more, but like pre-pandemic, maybe 69 cents. So that can of tuna has almost, ballpark it, it's almost doubled in price, right? And then you look at silver, and again, I'm taking some leaps here, but like, okay, $18 silver was about the median range prior to the lockdowns and everything. There were some lower points, there were some higher points, but for the most part, let's call it 16 to 18 was about the median. So if that's the case, then let me take this back to the full coin roll hunt. I was ruining everyone's chat word. Then $16 to $18, if everything else, or at least a lot of other things, have doubled in price or close to it since then, by all means, silver should be at least $30 an ounce. Like, just give, like, that's conservative based on what everything else in the market has done. Loaf of bread is way up. Like, I just go look. I bought like a 12-pack of pop the other day, and I don't normally buy pop. I haven't in years, very occasionally. And I bought a 12-pack of Coke. It was like $8. think the last time I remember buying like 12 packs of pop, they were like maybe $3 a piece. You'd get like 3 or 4 of them for like $10 or something. Like, it's crazy. Now that one's a little further because I haven't really bought it and paid attention to the pricing on it in years. But I mean, you get the idea. Like, things are going up. Silver really hasn't seen a whole lot of price action. I'm looking back. I'm all the way back to 2013, and it was like $23, bouncing down to like 18, 19. There were some high points then. In 14, it dropped back down to like $15, $14 in December of 15. So we kind of settled there, We hung out, we bounced around that $16 to $18 range a bit, and then the lockdowns and all that stuff. But that's a whole different world. We shouldn't ever really be close to that $16 to $18 price point anytime soon. We really shouldn't. I mean, with all the stuff going on, there's no justification for it, and it would be a very bad thing in public perception if it did that, because then, again, that just makes it seem like the price being high isn't justified. So, now I will get back to ignoring the chat a little less. James Eller says, just stack it, my friend. Stays 15 minutes from the Ohio border in Michigan. I'm there every 2 weeks. I'm in Detroit. Oh, cool. Well, I don't get, well, I'm not in too bad a shape. I think it's like, I'm not too bad. That's a couple hours maybe for me to get up to like the Toledo area. Detroit, I think from here is probably like a 3 or 4 hour drive, something like that. I'm just north of 70, which may or may not mean that much to you. Interstate 70 that goes east to west. So the 70-75 interchange is like 15 minutes down the road from me. So, my work phone's going off. I'm ignoring it. Unless they call, I'm ignoring it. So yeah, well, the summer's coming, and I will have a little more time, hopefully. Still working out the child visitation details, but like last summer, I was doing like a 2 weeks on, kind of 2 weeks off kind of thing. So, provided that happens this year, aside from work and other responsibilities, I may be able to actually do some travel and meet up with some people. Actually, I know there are some coin shows I want to go to coming up, and possibly even do some travel for the channel. Like, if I don't have the kids and I can get away from work or whatever that looks like, I would love to go to one of the mints. Probably Philly, because it's right there. It's the closest one to me, but I'll have to look at it and see what I can come up with. But yeah, for sure. Bread here is like $4. Silver is going to fly high. Well, welcome in, Tracy. It's good to see you. Yeah, well, I mean, I just shop at like the local grocery store, and they've been doing a pretty good job. I've actually seen some stuff kind of get cycled out, like products. They got a new brand of coffee creamer in that somehow is, the price is still relatively low. But it's funny because they already had like a cheap brand of creamer before that. Looks like a weird looking nickel. We'll see what it is when we get there. But they switched it. They already had the cheap off-brand one, and the prices were going up and up. I noticed because I drink coffee on a regular, and they switched the off-brand to another off-brand. I'm sure this is not going to be good for like my digestive system or whatever that is, but the price stayed kind of reasonable. Because I forget, like, it used to be like a couple of bucks, like $2, maybe $3 for like the big thing of coffee creamer, and then it went up to where it was almost like $3-4. But then they switched this brand and came back down. So I feel like in some cases they are really trying. I'm making some changes too. Occasionally the kids and I, we like salmon, and we'll do like salmon, like, actually buying, like, sometimes I get the frozen, sometimes I get the stuff from the deli. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But we've now switched to where we're buying like tilapia a little more. I still can't get the kids on catfish. Oh, we just missed it. It's a 46. Just missed it being silver. But it's just a P. I don't think we need it, and it's kind of worn. But we'll set it aside and check for an upgrade. I doubt it will be, but we'll look. So I'm doing stuff like that. I'm cooking more white rice into my dishes, like, as side items and whatever. Luckily, the kids like white rice. I'm just trying to keep costs down, for fear of what's likely about to happen. Kind of getting the kids on board a little bit too. I've said no to some purchases and wants and things here recently, and kind of explained that, for a lot of purposes, we're kind of in a holding pattern to see what happens with the economy. So I said, we're not trying to spend as much. I still spend money on them, just not everything they want. And especially, man, these games. I know I'm ignoring the chat, and I'll get back to it. But these games, damn, like Roblox games and just games in general, you are spending real money on shit that doesn't exist. I mean, I guess it's a thing, right? And they get something in the game, whatever, cool. But you know how much money I've spent on like Roblox stuff for these damn kids? It's probably hundreds of dollars, maybe even approaching 1,000 over the years. And none of it exists. None of it's going to help them. It's so hard for me to indulge them on that stuff. I don't mind buying them a game on like the Xbox, but even then, like, I bought my son a game. He really wanted it. Bought it for him. He played it a bit, for a couple of weeks or whatever, and either beat it or got tired of it or whatever. And now you can't resell the digital stuff, nowadays. It's you're literally out the money. You're paying for experiences now rather than physical stuff. And I don't like the way that that's headed. How far are you from Cedar Point? That's in Sandusky. Sandusky's weird because it's in between. It's like in the center of the state, I think, but at the the north. That's probably about the same. Probably like 3 or 4 hours, give or take. Let me see. Let me look. Let's see. Now the dog wants in. Okay, so this is close enough. It says it would take me like 3 hours to get there. Yeah, about 3 hours. Let me let this dog in. Come on, dog. Hello. Hello. Dog is crazy. I'm going through coins. I'm busy. You got all the attention yesterday. You can chill today. A little bit. She knows. She is well aware. All right, yeah, so about 3 hours to get to Cedar Point, and it looks like I either ride 75 up to like Lima, or well, no, I guess past Finley, and then get off and kind of run over. But yeah, about 3 hours, it says. That's actually less time than I thought. So I guess it would only take me maybe 2.5 hours to get to Toledo. That's weird. I remember it being longer than that. On my farming game, by when I was playing 12 years. Yeah, I got a buddy who does that. It boggles my mind. He has like, I don't know, it's some mobile game he plays. I don't know, Clash of Clans something. And I haven't talked to him in a while, which is normal, but it was like this mobile game on your phone, and he's like showing it to me, and he's talking about it, and he's like, oh, you should play it. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And then his wife was like, no, don't download that game. Like, you'll waste all your money. And I'm like, waste my money? Like, what do you mean? He spends hundreds of dollars on that game. And I can't. There's another 54. This one actually looks really nice, and it's a 54D. We'll put that up there, and we'll check it. I can't justify like spending money on these mobile games. Like maybe like the old school big like full size video games, but even that nowadays I have trouble justifying. I don't really play games like I used to. So I can't even really do that. I do for the kids, but I can't. I don't understand people. I mean, but I guess it's whatever you like. A lot of people look at us with coins and say we're idiots. And that's arguable, but, we're buying something that has value, something physical. But wasting it on a digital game or like some app on your phone, I don't get it. And I probably never will. I'm in Ohio. I am always in Ohio for about the next decade, then I'm getting out. Give or take. Once the kids are straight, getting the heck out of Dodge. I have always lived in Ohio, and I hate it. I'm sure everywhere sucks, but somewhere's got to suck a little less than Ohio. That's my plan, anyway. And don't squash my dreams by telling me everywhere sucks. Yeah, I don't, I don't mind it, and I get why people would do it. And it's whatever, but I'll sit here and watch old movies. It's a decent looking 70. A little too much wear, though. I'll watch old movies, just whatever. Like, I didn't have the kids all weekend. I sat here and really didn't do much. I went out to eat once, got myself food, tried not to spend a lot of money, bought a battery for one of my cars that needed it, and the stuff to change the oil. Like, day to day, it's like a fight. Try not to spend money, And I do pretty good. I've gotten very good at it. It's just like a learned behavior, I guess. And being kind of content, doing not that much, like watching shows or doing whatever, watching YouTube. You guys, I'm dropping nickels. That takes a while to get into that kind of mind state. I'm going to need another bin soon. Do I have another bin? Running out of space. What the heck is going on here? Where'd all my bins go? Oh, I know where they are. Oh. I'll come up with something. This will get me through something. We'll get to that in a minute. But it's almost gardening time. I thought it was already because I'm like, it's in the middle of April. We're probably good. Woke up this morning to frost all over everything. It just temperature plummeted overnight and surprise kind of frost. I don't watch the weather, so I didn't know it was coming. And that kind of caught me off guard. But I have some room now. I can do some stuff. I'm not going to do like a full-fledged garden, but I'll plant some things. You're pay, but that's the thing is you're paying for the entertainment, but the amount of entertainment you get, like, okay, I got this game on my phone. I don't play often, but sometimes when I want to shut my brain off or whatever, I'll just throw on that game and I'll play it. And I'll tell you, there's a couple different things you can do, missions and different stuff, but I am stuck. I have done everything that I could do up to this point to play this game on my phone. It's mildly entertaining. And I've upgraded everything. I've done everything you can do without spending money. And I've played it for, I don't know, maybe a cumulative 10 hours or something, I don't know. But, a decent amount of time, and I'm stuck. I literally cannot beat the levels that I have accessible with the current stuff I have. Like, there's no way to get past it. You can't replay levels to, like, continue to get experience or money or whatever to upgrade. Like, I'm stuck. The only way I see to get past it is to pay money, and I refuse to pay money, so I'm pretty much done with that game because of that reason. I think that's where I run into. And it sucks because it's kind of like a half-decent game. But I just can't. Cheap. I'll buy silver and gold all day long. But, spending money on stuff like that, I just currently can't fathom. Now, in the past, I'm sure I was just as bad, if not worse, than a lot of people. But now I'm valuing the wealth that I'm holding on to a lot more than I ever did in the past. But I get it. It's the same reason, like, people drink, and do whatever else they do recreationally. It's the way for them to kind of escape, relax, whatever terminology you want to use. Different people have different methods, for that process. Really dirty 77. I don't work, I just sit around. I've got to do something. My farm makes me stuff for the game, but it's not always been like that. They use things called credits to make credit. Yeah, remember, like, what was it? How long ago was that? Probably 10 years or so. Remember when Facebook was like this giant game place and you'd always get like the notifications for like so-and-so wants you to play, what was the one? Farmville and different things. Like, that was Facebook for like some years. Everybody was on Facebook playing games. And I kind of remember it. I don't think at that point I ever had like a good enough phone to like really do anything. And at that point, hey, I think we got our first Canadian. I didn't have the time to sit, life was busier somehow back then. And I didn't have the time to sit in front of a computer and play those games. We got a Canadian. I wonder what we got. 94. Dun, dun, dun. Here's our Canadian. Lovely lady. 98 nickel. We will keep that. Keep all our Canadians. I don't see your email either. Would you like me to send you a channel sticker? He's talking to you, Siren. Oh, we got a 1940 Philly. That's the third one. I would really like to see some 38s. I don't want to have to buy anything to fill out those 38s, but I still have not found even one in all my coin roll searching since I started filling the book. Who knows if I did before that. Modern Bison. What are you? 70D. Okay. Nothing yet. 2 silvers though. I mean that's nothing to laugh at. We should start filling this other bin. Otherwise we won't make it. Best thing about Farming Simulator is that Dragon Force did a metal cover of the song during the shows on their last US tour. Really? Oh, that's funny. Well, there's some different games out there now. I mean, the game technology's gotten better. My son was playing a power washing game on the Xbox, Power Wash Simulator or whatever. It's like you power wash stuff, and it's weird that, you know, I don't know, that's a game. I mean, I get it, but it's weird at the same time. I don't quite understand the draw. I guess it's like that oddly satisfying kind of thing. But you would think they would just want to go out and like really use a power washer or something. It's going to be a weird generation in a couple of years. I'm still very on the fence about what kind of world I think my kids are going to live in. I don't even know how important college is going to be by the time they get there. I'd like to think it'll still be important, but who knows? With all this AI stuff popping off, and it is moving really fast. Now they've come up with, here's a 49D. It's really worn. But again, we'll put it up. We'll check the book when we're done. Wait a minute. Yeah. They now have a thing called Auto GPT, which is the AI, and you can, you forgive me. I'm working off half-hearted information, but to my understanding, like basically, they've automated some of the stuff with it, and basically, like you can kind of set it off on a goal, right? And it will like interact with itself, like ask itself questions, answer its own questions, and kind of working towards this goal that you've put it on. And again, apparently that process makes it able to do like a lot more. And then we're still only on like version 4, and this stuff only became public in November, so that's 6 months. They've gone through 2 different versions. Well, the original 3, 3.5, and now 4 in 6 months. So if that doesn't, raise some alarm bells, like what, 2-3 years from now? Who has any idea what this stuff will be able to do? What jobs will be replaced, or tasks, or functions? I mean, it's just nuts. And then when they're putting some of this into other applications, it's It's making them better and able to do more complex things more simply. There's a lot happening on the AI front right now, and it's going to be very interesting to keep an eye on that over the next couple of years to see what it really turns into. I mean, for all we know, it's going to be Skynet and Terminators, and it doesn't seem that far-fetched, unfortunately. It could easily get out of here. You put one of these really smart brains in one of those mechanical bodies, and now it's faster than you, it's smarter than you, you know. Hello, Compton. I found a 1944 P nickel in my change yesterday. I crapped my pants. Well, we got two so far, not 44, but we got a 42 and a 43 in this hunt so far. Man, I tell you, I don't get a lot of change, but the change that I do get never has anything in it. Like, I can't think of only once, and that was kind of what got me into actually looking at silver, you know, as a real thing, investment-wise, was one day in her change, my daughter found a silver quarter, and she brought it to me. She said it seemed odd, or I forget how she put it, but she brought it to me because it was different than the other quarters, and I explained it to her. But that's the only one that I can think organically just showed up in change that I recall. Now that I'm actually looking, and I do look, I don't see anything in my change. I look at, like, if they have, like, the take a penny, leave a penny, and there's not, like, a line, and there's not crazy stuff. I'll look through that a little bit just to see if there's anything odd in there. You never know. Because I tell you what, if there's a silver something in there, I'm taking it. Or a wheat penny, I would take that too. I'll try to do whatever I needed to do to replace it, but those things should not be in the take a penny, leave a penny. Ever. I will free them from their prisons. What years are 30%? It's, okay, so it's 35%, if I recall correctly. But, Snoopy, it's 42 was a split year. So, they did both. They did half and half. Well, not, I don't know if it's half and half, but they did clad and silver, both in 42. So, it's 42, 43, 44, and I want to say 45. Let me look. Yeah, 45. So, what you're looking for is this. Okay, so you see the coin cam there. So this one's 43, right? It looks just like any other nickel. It probably will appear a little dirtier, but the mint mark is on the back above Monticello. So the big mint mark that you see there, that one's a D. You see this one here, it's beat up, but there's a P. There's also S for the San Francisco mint. But those, is that technically 4 years, 42, 43, 44, 45. So those 4 years, they made the silver war nickels. And you can tell from that mint mark above Monticello on the back to see if it's really a war nickel. And so there are fake nickels called Henning nickels. And he was making fake nickels at some point. I don't know the whole story. But Frostbite Coins and Collectibles has a good video on this. But Henning was making fake nickels. Again, probably crazy. I don't know why you would, but he was. And when they made the changes for the war nickels, he didn't change his design because he didn't know they were going to do it. It was like a split-second thing. So there are some nickels that appear to be war nickels, but they don't have that mint mark on the top of the back. Those are likely, again, you would have to get it checked, but those are likely counterfeit Henning nickels. There's other ways to, verify it, and you can look into that. But if you see a war nickel that should be like it's a 44 without that mint mark on the back, you know you have a Henning nickel that's a counterfeit, which is weird because they're still worth a lot of money even though they're counterfeit. Well, let's see. War nickels right now. It's hard. Last time I looked, they were like maybe a dollar something a piece. But give me a second, and I will check Hero Bullion. I like looking at their stuff. Although I don't know if it's going to show me a price. Okay, so $2 is what, 40 nickels, right? 20 and $1. So 40 nickels, if they had them, would be $62.70. So now again, this is retail, but we'll do some quick math here. So $62.70, we'll call it $63 divided by 40, about $1.55 ish a piece retail. So if you go to sell them, you're probably not going to get anywhere close to that. I'd say you'd probably get a little over $1 per war nickel if you were selling them. That's just a guess based on the market. It would depend on, who you're selling to and all of that stuff. But yeah, I think it's safe to say they're worth about $1. Easy. For sale. Retail, if you're getting closer to that, you might be able to fetch like about $1.50 for them, or whatever, if they're not looking for a whole lot of profit. Like if you're selling to someone that wants to hold them, you might be able to get a little closer to that $1.50 each mark. But they're not in stock. You can't find them. I haven't seen anywhere that has the war nickels 40% silver. Even the junk. Going back here, I'm looking on Hero. They have random junk. They have junk halves, the 90%, and they have junk Walking Liberty halves. But that's the only thing they have in stock at all. Everything else as far as junk silver is out of stock. So they're out of darn near everything. So they're real low. Not a problem. I mean, that's kind of why we're here. If you don't, Frostbite Coins and Collectibles, especially if you're looking for general information on coins and things and errors and different stuff, there's another 59. I don't know where my stack of 59s is. Oh, there it is. Put it there. Frostbite Coins and Collectibles is a good channel for like education and information around coins themselves, like those Henning nickels and other just errors and different things. He does really good content. And I think recently I saw a community post where I believe he's up to, or surpassed, I should say, 700 subs. So congratulations to him. Looks like some of the hard work's finally paying off. I would probably be doing a lot better if I actually posted. It's been, I think, maybe about a week since I did an actual video. I'm going to try to get one out today. It's about 1 o'clock here now. I'm trying to get through these nickels. Pick up the little one from school later. Do some dinner and stuff and see if I can get something out to you guys. Probably more, I think, of like general news or, oh, and those Silver Eagles. I'm going to do that video. Is that an S? I got this calculator in the way. I'm over here calculating prices. Yeah, it's beat up though, a little bit. So we're not going to keep it. 70D. Ooh, 48P. Man, why? Why? Do you guys see that? Somebody scratched it like in a star pattern all across his face. Like, why? I really don't think I'll need that one. I don't think I need it. I'm almost certain it's not going to be an upgrade, but I'll put it in the stack anyway. We'll look. 63. I really want to finish this book because then I'll have all the Jefferson Nickels. And the only thing... Somebody gave me the 2009s, Ringmaster Ray, and then I bought the War Nickels. I could have probably done it. I could have probably put them all in there from what I had, and I had a set already, again, bought, but I bought a set from Jason Harvia, and that's where all the War Nickels came in. I would still probably have been able to fill it with all the War Nickels I have, chances are, but it was just easier that way. So that's the only 2 times so far in the entire collection I've cheated. In the 2009, I think since then I've found both of them, but it was just easier because at that point I hadn't seen any. And he had some extras, and he sent me some. I think I still have some extras as well put up. What the heck? What's going on here? Like, dirty, damaged? What year is it? 71. Yeah. What am I missing in the chat? I've stayed away from collecting coins because of the depth of it all. I do gold and silver refining. There's so much involved in that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, wait, hold on. Refining. That's completely different than just pouring, right? So you're actually purifying it to a higher content. Like, I mean, the easier one example is gold, right? So you're taking like stuff like 10K and 14K and turning it into 3 nines fine? Because that seems like a process. There's a lot more involved in that, I would imagine, than just pouring. Refining. It's like, that's more along the lines of like a business, right? There we go, dropping nickels again. What are you? 56D. What's it look like? It's got a little bit of the circle of death kind of going at the top of the hairline. It's really worn. Ooh, and more circle of death looking stuff on the back. I'm sure I don't need it. I'm not even gonna keep too much on that one. We are down to the last row. We're getting there. We are getting there. I'd take 14 gold and get 24K. That's nuts. I would love. Do you make videos on that? I would love to see that process. Um, there's a guy. He's super popular, big channel. Um, that does not refining. We might have a buffalo. We might have a buffalo. There's one that I don't know, but it just looks really worn. I can't see anything but the edge, but we'll get there. It's called Street. I'm gonna say it wrong, I'm sure, but it's like Street Tips or something. It's a real weird name, and he makes silver from like silver nitrate or something. He does like chemicals. He calls it, forget what he calls it, but he uses these chemicals and then through like an electrolysis process separates out the silver and he gets all these crystals. Street Tips. Yeah. Or Street Tips. So, yes, Snoopy knows. So he makes like all these silver crystals, and then down the line he will take those, and then I don't know. I don't think they need any further refinement, but don't quote me. And then eventually he will take that and pour those into bars and things. I don't know the finances involved. He's dealing with some like pretty toxic chemicals and stuff, and he's being safe and all that. And it's like a, his own kind of laboratory thing that he has set up. But the crystals look so cool. And I think he sells them, but as with anything like that, as you can imagine, there's a 46. Just missed the silver. I don't think we need it, but we'll set it up there anyway. But the crystals look really cool. But if I remember from the last time I looked at his eBay page or website or whatever it was, a pretty penny right, for the silver. So I think I passed on it for now, or reserve that for something later. But yeah, really cool looking, especially when you think that you're pulling silver. I watched a video he did not long ago. I want to say it was like maybe a couple weeks at most. And he was doing the whatever that seeding process is where he's extracting the silver. And he got like 50 ounces or something. Like crazy. I mean, and you think about that, that's 5 10-ounce bars. That's a lot of silver. And then, he can take that and pour it or whatever he wants to do into... Oh! Hold on. I ain't touching nothing. You guys see me? This is why I have the overhead cam. So people know that I'm not cheating. What is this? It's a V-nickel. 1905. I told you I thought it was a buffalo because I was seeing this just worn edge over here. That's all I saw poking out. So I said, maybe it's a buffalo. It's not. It's a V-nickel. So this has to be part of like a collection dump. The sad thing is we're almost done with this box. The cool thing is we just found a V-nickel. That's sweet. I mean, it's beat up. It's got a big ding there. You can barely see the back. But to find it in a bankroll, I'm still happy. I'm still super happy. That's cool. So far, 2 silvers and a V-nickel and 1 Canadian, some other stuff, possibly some book fills. That's crazy. That's the first V-nickel I've found in a bankroll. I will tell you that. For sure. And I'm surprised at the condition of it. Honestly, put it back up there. Like, the obverse isn't really that bad. I mean, it could be a lot worse. Now, the reverse is pretty worn. Who knows what happened here, to this thing. Maybe it did get stuck in a dryer or something. You can still sort of see states there, the beginning of United, but it's there. You can tell what it is. I'm happy. Yeah. No sense. No, it's there. The sense is there. Because that would have been. I think that's the 1883, based on what I'm seeing here behind me. On these. Yeah. Actually, the condition of this one, at least as far as the obverse is concerned, is kind of better than some of these ones in this picture frame behind me. But yeah, it's got the sense. It's not a racketeering nickel. That would be nice if it was. But, okay, let's move on. We'll finish out this box and see what we find. 83p. All right. We got about 10 rolls left. That's nuts. And I've been sitting on this box for like 2 weeks. And that's the other thing. If I'd have known, if I would have busted this open and did it real quick, I could have got back to my bank and said, hey, you got another box of nickels back there? Because I might have caught the sister box to this one, which probably had some stuff in it. But so far, 2 silver nickels, a V nickel, we're not doing too bad. I've had plenty of boxes with nothing in them. I'm putting it back up there. That's super cool. 1905. Is that S? No. All right. Sometimes I get lucky. Just means I'm going to have to go get more coins now. 62. That's what makes, coin roll hunting fun, is just stuff like that. I found, 1905? It's 15, it's 100-plus year old coin. It's just not normal. It's going to be a sad day when we don't have coins anymore. What are you? Oh, it's just a dirty 85. It's going to be a real sad day when we don't have coins anymore. I'm teaching my kids. They don't have a big drive yet. They still think it's cool. A little, not enough to, want to search through pennies on a regular basis or anything like that. But the seed is there. And we'll see what happens later. But, yeah. We'll see. I got my hopes. They do like their silver. And my daughter recently, she's got some rings that are silver. We buy at the local coin shop when we go there. Or a couple different places we've been. I bought her some silver rings and stuff. And necklaces and things. And she'll wear those. She actually started liking to wear those. But I've explained to her, it's the difference between real metal jewelry, gold and silver, versus just others, because the price difference. I think one time, the first time we started talking about silver, she pointed out something and she wanted it, and she's like, I'm like, well, it's that's costly. It was like a necklace or something. I'm like, well, that's you can get something like this, or you get 5 of these other things. She goes, well, why is that one so much more expensive? And I explained it to her. That one's silver, like the coins and the other stuff, we talked about. And she kind of got it, but now she pretty much insists on having, if she's going to get jewelry, it being, real silver, if possible. I imagine if she sees something she really likes that's not, maybe that would change, but she gravitates towards the real stuff now. There's gotta be something else in this box. Another 1940. I dropped a nickel. What is it? Nothing. What's the chat say? Oh, Snoopy. Thank you. It looks like maybe you're running out. Wait, maybe. He's expensive. Huge YouTube channel. He melts silver, cement into shot, and the shot goes into silver cells. Oh, okay, okay. Yep, no problem, Snoopy. Have a great day. I will get that package out to you once I check the email for your address. Beat Up 73 and a bunch of nothing. Okay. The 1940, we got a bunch of those now. I don't think we need it, but we'll set it aside anyway. What else can this have for us? We could get another war nickel. That'd be great. I'm not going to expect another V nickel. Really, I thought for sure it was a Buffalo. With how slick it was, the thought didn't even cross my mind that it was going to be a V nickel. Modern Bison. No spear. Another 46. This one's a D. Yeah, there had to be some kind of collection dump of sorts to be finding war nickels and V nickel in the same box. Somebody dumped a collection into the machine. They had to. Which means somebody took that stuff to the bank. The bank didn't realize, and then it went back to Loomis or whoever these guys are, and then got put into their machines and re-rolled into coins. I couldn't work at a bank. I mean, I could, but I would have like $1,000 on me in cash every single day. That way, when stuff came through, I could snatch it. I'd pay for it, but I would be snatching stuff. I'd be the worst teller, because I wouldn't tell nobody. I'm not sharing nothing. I'd be sitting there in my free time going through coins myself. There's a 41 P. I know we don't need it, but I'll keep it just in case. Check for upgrades. We're finding a few extra old things. Be happy if I saw a 38. 69 D. Okay. Nothing there. Yeah, my bank would be hysterical. Well, it's like some people still turn in things like Morgans, and I forget who it was. Somebody said they got an American Silver Eagle at the bank. Remember, they're technically dollar coins. You can go turn them into the bank. You're an idiot if you do, but you can. Somebody said they got one from their bank. Their teller saved it for them, and they bought it for $1. An American Silver Eagle. Who cares what shape it's in? That's amazing. We got a dirty nickel, 86. Oh, now I'm dropping stuff again. Got about, I think about 4 or 5 rolls left. 91. It's never a good thing when coins are stuck together. Never. It's always some kind of goo or God knows what. 84. 52D. Again, I don't think we need it, but we'll set it aside. Okay. Man, we're getting through this. We're doing pretty good. Get them high. I give my tellers silver. So I've given them each 1 ounce rounds, dimes, grams of silver, like gram bars. Every now and again, when I go in, I bring them something, and I bring enough for the core team of all the people, the vault rep, the manager, and all the tellers. I'll bring them each something because they're usually nice to me. It's been getting a little harder here recently, but they're usually nice to me. They put up with me. They deal with my crap. I have yet to have them, like, save me anything that's real awesome that comes through, but I'm sure that day will come. But yeah, I give them silver. There's a 57. I don't think we need it, but we'll check. But that, it kind of helps. I mean, I don't know how that works in the long run. Probably negatively in my side of things financially, but it keeps them happy and kind of on my side. I have gotten a couple silver certificates. Not that they saved them for me, but I asked if they had any old bills, and I got a couple silver certificates, just ones, nothing crazy. $2 bills. And I've gone through some old currency and stuff before. None of it was truly old. It just wasn't the current modern. It's like the 90s era currency. But, you know, I try to do stuff like that every now and again. I mix it up. If they can't give me coins, I'll take some bills and look through them. It's whatever. But it keeps them happy, keeps them engaged. We got another Canadian. This one is dirty. We'll knock the fee nickel off there. 2,000 Canadian. Wow. I didn't see that coming. Was as dirty as the back is. I thought the front was going to be just as dirty. That's a weird one. We'll keep it. $78. We're getting there. A dirty beaver. Yes, siren. Dirty beaver. Only you would take it there. I keep dropping nickels. We only got 3 rolls left, though, so we're going to deal with it. Okay. We can power through these. And then I can grab some lunch at a decent hour before I deal with the rest of my afternoon. Alright. I don't see anything striking. Lots of Westward Journey. 1960. 2023. 73. 78. 61. Ha! Enough. Okay. This one's already open. That's weird. I don't remember opening any. We'll find out. But it's opened the way I would open them, so I'm assuming maybe I opened it or I peeked into it. We'll find out. $69S. We'll keep it. Why not? I keep a bunch of the S's. I probably shouldn't. Decent looking 64. Off-Road Adventures. Hello. We are almost done with our nickel hunt. We're on the far side. We got one roll left. And then I will check the book. See if we have any upgrades. I don't think we have any book fills. What the heck? Oh, it's like 1990. It's just like black paint or something. I need to buy one of those rolling machines. Like a big rolling machine, not like the ones the banks have. Not like this. It would speed up this whole process. Or if my bank just had one of the Coinstar style machines, that would be great too. But I don't know what banks everybody has. But I've been to a bunch of banks. I've never seen a bank with one of those machines in it. Some people act like they're a dime a dozen. I've never seen one. Even in like Chicago. I go to the Business Center Bank, they don't have one. So I don't know what kind of banks y'all got, but I need one of those so I save all the time rolling these things back up. 79. And we are done. Okay, we're clear. So, at least it wasn't a skunk box. I mean, you never even really hope to find silver. I mean, not really, because I don't think it's ever regular enough to really count on. But one really beat up war nickel, another war nickel that's in good shape, and the V nickel. And then, a couple really nice looking 59s, 2 Canadians, and then whatever these might upgrade in this book, which I'm almost certain is going to be nothing. So let me sort here. 52, 57, 46, 46, 54, 41, 39. These are the 40s, right? 53, 59, 59, 40. Man, we had a lot of 40s. 48, 49, 54, 49, 46, and 49. Okay. Now we can check. So. Come on, work with me. Alright, there we go. 39p. It is nowhere near as nice as the one we already have. Toss it back. 40. We need an S, but I don't think any of these are. Nope, they're all P's. And none of them are as nice as the one that we have. So we'll move on. Johnny T. What's going on, brother? I was telling everybody earlier, if they hadn't watched the Goldback video, about what you said. No, this is definitely not as nice as the 41 we already have. About the Goldbacks. And I said I was going to look into it. Genuinely. I'm going to look into seeing if I can get them, I guess, in bulk for a deal. Somewhere, somehow. Okay, the P's are not, and then I have a D. No, I think the one I have is better. So far, 48p. That's funny. They both have scratches. But the one that I have is a little better. Crazy. But yeah, I'm going to see if I can get the Goldbacks and start using those for... Oh, wait. 49D. We do have a book fill. Not even an upgrade, just a legitimate fill. We needed a 49D. Perfect. We got one. 49D. Oh, wow, we got two of them. And this 49 was a D as well. That's weird. We've been looking for one and we find three of them? What's the mintage? 36 million. I mean, it's low. But it's not crazy low. I have the 49S and that's less than 10 million. I tell you what, I'm going to put I'm going to put the better looking one of these in the stack of nickels that I still have to send Frostbite. Because I told him I would send him a couple that I think he's having trouble finding. Alright, 52, we only need the S. This is a D. It's not as nice. 53. D. Not as nice. 59. No, 54. No, I'm under the weather, so I took a couple of days off. 54D. No. No. Okay. All right. I don't think these are the 59s. Both D. Yeah, no way. 57. D. Nope. Okay. One book fill. 2 silvers and a V nickel. And we're only missing 5, 10. 10 nickels total in the book. So we're almost there. Johnny, right there on the screen, found a V-nickel in a bankroll. It's crazy. Couple of decent ones that we're keeping here, but nothing crazy. Alright, so I am going to abruptly end this one. I have some other stuff to get to. I appreciate everyone hanging out all darn day for the last 3 hours. I will get a video out. I'm planning to try to get it out this evening, so we'll see how that goes. But I will work on getting that out. I will see you guys next time, and I am off to my LCS to see what they have. So I will talk to you guys soon.